What's the idea behind Low Swing Records?
It all started around 2016. I was already back then around close to 20 years in the music industry, and I saw up and downs and stuff. And that was the time where kind of streaming started to came into Germany. And as much as I tried to understand, and I also could understand the attraction of it, I couldn't really get the idea of having everything all the time in your pocket, and it's kind of felt to me like something's wrong about it. And also the fact that it's already back then it was feeling like music values is dropping. It used to be something that people love and collect and attach to and define themselves by the music, and it started to become numbers, like who's playing a lot. I mean, who's just kind of the wrong side of music industry. Back then I met the amazing singer, British singer Leanne Hall, and she wanted to do an album with me. So I suggested the idea, what do you think if we do an album that would be completely analog, and we're just going to go to tape, mix it to tape, and put it out only on vinyl. And she's like, yeah, but who's going to put it out? And it's like, look, I will put it out. It's going to be like a statement, because I believe can do something outside of this, our own different league. And that was
a little bit rebellious. So you had this...
Yeah. It was mainly like a statement. It's like, look, this is how we used to do albums. Judge yourself. I literally didn't know if I was going to sell 10 records. So it did came out, and to my big surprise, it was album of the year, vinyl magazine, and things like this was. And the question was already so what's next? and that's really how it started to roll. I'm not surprised because all the artists I'm working with are the artists I wanted to listen myself. So I really believe in these artists. I really amazed by them authentically. Really I'm feeling it.
That the concept or the label has changed since that first record where you were like, okay, let's try this thing, and then
in one point I had to think about it. Is it a business as well? It's kind of fun. It sounds like the wrong question, but you have to be also honest to the people who work with you. If you say I'm just gonna record a record and put it out, and if somebody buy it or not, then you also not doing justice to them. So I had to kind of take a decision and say okay, I want to do this as well. I still have my business as a Low Swing studio and being producer for other labels and artists. Putting their energy in it, which is not easy and time consuming and not always worth it money wise, but my heart is completely in it. And then I started to work with my dear label partner Matthias Luck. 3-4 years ago, he became officially half of Low Swing Records, and this was a big change, and it's just basically from this moment it was felt like we're doing it it is a real company. It's not a side project. Although now money is involved, not cutting corner on the artistic side and say we can actually save money on this. It's a lot of it's a very interesting kind of situation when you put your passion and also trying to not lose money on it. And but I feel it's going well. I feel I'm still excited about it, and we're just about to release number 16, so yeah, that says everything, almost 10 years later.
Yeah. I can tell that you're excited as an artist working with you. I remember that you're really, I mean, I think one of the most special moments for me in the studio was when we tried out the microphones and you're like, great, Mika, great vocals. Like, I was so surprised by how excited you were. And it made me, really lean into the experience.
I mean, this process is super, super demanding from everyone. And this is kind of the drag of it, what's keep it rolling. Because unlike, what became digital recording where everybody have the safety net always, we can do another take, we can actually, let's copy the vocal from this chorus, the other chorus, it's all like Play-Doh, we can just do whatever you want with
Lego.
it. Yeah, it became so there's no, the moment itself is not so important, we can always do a next one or a different one. You can always manipulate it. And this analog recording is just it's all about what's happening now. Everybody involved from the assistant, on the tape machine. If the assistant pressed the wrong button or forgot to press or something and it's gone, then it's gone. It's not existing. If you press record and by mistake delete something, it's gone forever. There's no way to go back. There's no undo. And if you like something about the take before, there's no guarantee it's going to come again. So
it was never to you.
It's all about this moment and excitement. Also about the take choice. There's never a perfect take, and this is so charming. Today, in digital recording, common thing, everything can be corrected, and people go and correct it. And when you correct, you do something good. You take a mistake or some noise and eliminate it. But you also step by step made it sound like everything else. And it's impossible to stop it. The moment you start to do this correction, it's all about correcting and I believe that correct is not the best. If it's correct, it means there's no mistakes, but it's also something might be missing as well. You as well can correct the vibe out of it. Not about perfection. It's not about trying to achieve something that is a goal. It's about reaching a certain moment that you believe what you hear, and that is actually touching you. And there's artists that can deliver it every time, and there's artists that you can be every day with them in the studio, and it's never gonna come. And they can sing perfectly. It's not about perfection. Some singers sing so perfect that it's so boring. And then you have Billie Holiday, and she has so many rough corners, and you cannot not love this. It's so amazing, and
authentic, like you said.
It's authentic, but it's more than authentic. It's the feature. When Billie Holiday sing too low, if you pitch it to the right stuff, you make it worse. So today in a normal studio, the producer will say, "Oh, no problem. You always sing this line too flat. I'm gonna pitch it up." I argue, I'm 100% sure that she's not gonna sound better. It's gonna probably make Billie Holiday sound like a jazz student.
Jazz student.
Just because students, can work really hard and be perfect, but they don't have the experience. They don't have sometimes the life story yet to be able to sing something like this. And I only connect with artists that I feel something's there. And when Guy approached me and basically said like, hey, what you say? I mean, let's do something with Mika. I was immediately yes, yeah, I know it's gonna be cool. so it was also like quite amazing, kind of how this record came to life. It was very, very quick and painless. It's not always like this.
Yeah.
I hope I won't be needing it again. No more pushing, no more pulling. You will come.
So I'm curious to hear about the more challenging aspect. What were the most challenging moments for you with Low Swing in your work?
Well, I think one thing that's obvious. June 2021, Low Swing Studio burned down on a big fire. It was a horrific day. Wake up in the morning, got a phone call from the house owner telling some smoke coming out of the studio. Ran there, stand there 6 hours just to see everything burn down. It was pretty horrible. The day after, I was supposed to record another album for Low Swing Records, with the second album of Port Almond. All the band from Norway was here, and basically everything is cancelled. But I think one thing that's really tragic is all the master tapes that was for every release until then. So there were 6 releases. Were all in the studio and were all forever gone.
And there is no way of recreating.
There's no way of recreating it, because if you want to keep everything completely analog, you have to have this physical thing, and that's gone. I had though a little bit of luck there. I was working back then with a label called Zavalinka, and they used to sell master tape copies of music that was done on analog, and therefore, and they distribute some records of Low Swing. They had 3 of my records in their catalog, which meant they have like a first generation copy of the master tape. So these 3 records were kind of saved. I called them and told them, do you still have the master copy? And said, yeah, of course. Could get them back. But Alone Lothringer in Light was gone. Lian Hall record, the first one, master tapes and multi-track tapes were all gone. Yael Nachshon Levin first record, gone. Port Almond. It was a big, it was very devastating, and hard.
That's
moment.
A challenge.
Yeah. But and the crazy thing is, I was obviously from one moment of safety, and what your career is doing and stuff, and you lose everything in one moment. This is the kind of the thing about fire. It's like you stand there, and you just kind of, what's now? And I was so overwhelmed about the reaction, worldwide. I got calls for weeks from people that didn't know, from all over the world, saying, yeah, we love your work, what you do, how can we support, how we can help. I mean, nobody canceled any of the jobs, that I had. So people paid double, paying me and a new studio just to keep on things on going. And that's gave me the push, to keep on also the label. So before I build up the new Low Swing, it took still almost 3 years. And in the meanwhile, I kept on doing the label recording in different places. So Port Almond, second record, Yael Nachshon Levin, second record.
Which is where we met.
Where we met. Exactly. Was done in Emil Berliner Studios and mixed somewhere else. I kept on going. And another fun fact is I was supposed to have an interview just few days after the fire date with with this audiophile magazine that they're all about tape and vinyl and stuff. So I had to call the guy and told him, like, look, there's not going to be an interview because we're supposed to meet in the studio and I'm supposed to show him around. And his first question was like, what about the tape machines? And I told him, like, look, everything is gone, no tape machines. I don't know when I'm going to get another tape machines, where, how. And he told me, I'm going to contact now everybody that have to do, that work with us. And they're all like tape freaks, and we'll ask if there's something available. And really, like 2 months later, I got a call from him and said, like, look, there's this old guy in the south of Germany. He's a collector. He has 14 tape machines, and he's willing to sell you tape machines. And these are tape machines that I have in the studio that what we're recording your album on. So, yeah, community. That's
people's generosity.
Yeah, and you try to get this community from digital anonymous world. It's something different if you hold the record and you have piece of somebody's art in your hands, and it's different if you have like this as a virtual thing that you can reach every day and you didn't have to work for
It's a little bit like real friends versus social media.
Yeah, it's very much like this. Music that you discover through streaming is coming and going. It's like but album that's sitting on your shelf, you're gonna find it again. It's just a matter of time, even if you forgot about it. It doesn't matter how big is your collection. One day you're gonna see this, say, oh, I know the moment that I got this. I know why that I bought it. I know I didn't hear it for 7 years. Let's put it on. It's a long time friendship. It's something special.
I like it. Beautiful.